In this series of shorts, we follow 15 ordinary people on an extraordinary journey through Africa. In the ultimate test this summer, our participants fish in the Atlantic Ocean, sleep rough in the desert, fetch their own water, and confront the harsh truths about their home country's history in this continent. You might be wondering what on earth they were thinking when Human Appeal sent 15 volunteers out to live in Senegal. It was what the charity called a reality check.
Human Appeal want to organise this trip to show our team really all the hard work that they do. You know, those days when the days feel tireless, when you're leafleting and no one wants to take your leaflet, you're bucketing and nobody's looking at you, running up in the opposite direction. You know, all those times, alhamdulillah, it pays off, and you know, to come out and be able to see the work on the other side is fantastic.
For Asif Ansari, this isn't the first time he's taken a journey of this kind. A year ago, he travelled to Syria to personally deliver bags of rice to victims of the civil war.
The same experience that I felt in Syria, and I said to Naeem last year, was that the one thing that you cannot feel or sense is a smell of a situation, and you can't see that on a computer or on a television.
As the sun sets over the village of Kosi, the locals help our team set up a place to sleep for the night. Large canvas tents will provide a temporary shelter, but without a secure front door or a burglar alarm, how will Nasir feel about spending the night here with his family?
It does feel very, very insecure with the way, the openness, without any real secure surroundings. There is definitely that feeling of insecurity, yes.
This is just the kind of reality check that Asif Ansari says we should all take more often.
I think coming from a privileged way of living, all of us really, irrespective of whether we have a nice house or a small house or a large house, compared to where we come from, compared to what you see here, what our children do in their days and what these children do here. I think you can see it on television or see it on a computer, but when you see it for yourself, it strikes you to the core.
The night is warm and the team sits around a gathering of village elders as they chant Islamic prayers. As night falls, we turn our cameras off. Without any electricity, it's impossible to film.
Okay, assalamu alaikum. This is just what I went through the last day or so. So yesterday we slept in the tent in the village. A really amazing experience. I actually wanted to sleep in the car because I didn't want to get mosquito bites and stuff. But I did manage to sleep with the rest of the men inside the tent.
I was expecting a few lights, but there was nothing. So after Maghrib, I was a bit anxious, but alhamdulillah, there was tents there. But when we came to the tents, it wasn't very secure, and there was lots of gaps and lots of poo dotted around at the edges. So obviously my main concern was I'll put the kids in the middle and then I'll sleep at the end. As you do as a maternal instinct, you kind of protect your children.
And the tent experience was just so mad because I've never slept in a tent before, in a desert where all sand is. And even though our tents were quite firm and quite strong, the wind was still able to knock all the walls off.
The sky, the stars and everything, it was just crystal clear. That these guys get the pleasure of every night. And then of course the sunrise in the morning. In my case, the sun rises over Hammersmith Town Hall, and here it's just stunningly beautiful. And these guys get that privilege every day.
I had to sleep in a tent in the village, and I found that really hard because we were sleeping on these mattresses and it was just so hard, and my back was aching in the morning. And I woke up in the middle of the night as well, and I had like a dream and I got scared and I shouted out to my friend Denisa, and she got scared then afterwards as well. But yeah, apart from that, sleeping in the tent, it was difficult. I have never done that before.
Next time on Selfies in Africa, we report on thousands of street children who face daily abuse and exploitation. And we're at home with a group of boys whose lives have been turned around.